Hello. I see. Welcome. I was cleaning the kitchen, so I'm kind of an hour late. Oh, there we go. It's also live on YouTube. So, anyone who prefers YouTube can also watch it there. Good grief. Hello. I gotta lower this because it is really loud. There we go. Anyway. Oh, cool. What? We're not banning anybody, my guy. Oh, I like this song. It's pretty goofy. Thank you. I put it together pretty quick. Thank you. I'm not very, like, I guess, experienced in the art of YouTube thumbnails, but here we are. Anyway. Thank you. I hope so. That's kind of the cover I have in mind for the whole manga. That is my plan. Why did you just enter nothing? Anyway. Oof. On the wrong layer. That hasn't happened to me too much lately, mostly because a lot of this stuff is done on one layer. But I do know the feeling. Yeah, that's happened before. I use a glove now, so that hasn't happened almost at all. Nice. That is, how did you fix that? Did you just undo it all? So because I actually have two viewers, um, oh, okay, yeah, sometimes it actually works pretty nicely. Usually we're afraid to do stuff like that because like it can look bad, like it just doesn't look as neat, but sometimes it does work out. It's pretty neat when it does. Oh, hello. Yeah, Clip Studio is pretty great, I will say. I approve of Clip Studio. Not that I've really used any other drawing software, but I like Clip Studio. I cannot speak from experience. See, I always feel like I have something to yap about, but I never. I always freaking blank whenever I turn on stream. I just kind of. I do, in fact, speak for the trees, and they say, you chop down another one, we break your knees. That's what they say. No, I'm just kidding, we chopped down all the trees. Oh, we got a lot of people. Yeah, of course you gotta re-download everything. Did you expect you wouldn't have to? Or are you just letting me know, giving me life updates that, you know, that other people like to do all the time? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Nah, we chop down trees all we want because it gives us paper. I'm streaming on YouTube, actually, in addition to this, but no one's. I don't think anyone's watching the YouTube except me, which is fine. Pretty funny. Honestly, probably Twitch because I get it more, but like, and also there's less delay on Twitch, but it doesn't make too much of a difference to me. The whole thing with, so I actually need to invest time into getting social media like down, because I'm realizing that it's actually important for like skill in just drawing art is not the only thing that people will pay attention to nowadays, especially publishers. They also want people that know, they also want people that are well known in communities already, which, in case that wasn't obvious, I am not. If you want to find my YouTube, yeah, so if you want to find my YouTube, just look at the same name, Jordan Letia. It's a unique enough username that hardly anyone ever uses it. Like, I've never had the issue of like, oh, that username's already taken. Never had that problem. But yeah, so I need to invest in time in social media because apparently it makes a big difference. Yay, you found it. Oh, I like this song too. It's very chill. Marines. This one's in one of my playlists that I use to fall asleep. It's very lovely. Hey, I see your message, Mr. Simple Husk, on the YouTubes. Turns out it's actually pretty easy to stream from Twitch and YouTube at the same time. All right, my bad. What do I talk about? All right, I gotta figure this out because there are so many things I can talk about, but I always blank. I like, as proof. All right, as proof that I can talk, the other day I kept my brother up at night for like 30 minutes just talking about the Persona soundtrack. I didn't even think it was 30 minutes. He almost fell asleep. Because I was just talking about it because it's so good. And I was explaining why it was so good. Oh, never mind. He did fall asleep. He just woke up whenever I finished talking. And I felt like bad. I was like, man, no one wants to hear me do that, but that's what it, that's what this is for. Yeah, I try not to, but sometimes, sometimes it just happens. And I feel bad, but it happens. And I want to say stuff about certain things, and it just happens. I also don't know what could get banned me. Yesterday you talked to me. You did. Wait, was that yesterday? No, you were talking to me today. Over text? Oh. Not me. Not bad. I'm just a little tarded. Am I allowed to say that? Am I allowed to say that on Twitch? Probably not YouTube, to be honest. Hold on, let me look it up. Is retarded a banned word on YouTube? So if it's directed at myself, it doesn't count as hate speech. I guess I'm not too I'm more like, I'm not paranoid, I'm curious, because I think if I get banned from YouTube, that would be hilarious. I was just very curious to see if that was the thing, if I would get banned for that. And probably not, especially if I'm directing it at myself. Then it doesn't really count as hate speech, I think. Do not quote me. Yeah, well, obviously, but like they also get demonetized. So, I mean, not that I don't know. Honestly, getting demonetized is not a big problem because I don't make money from it anyway. Anyway. My ma'am, there are many streamers who are just straight up insane. Yeah, that's fair. All streamers have to be at least some level of not well in the head to even think about doing this in the first place. But here we are. Shoto. I don't know who Shoto is. Like from My Hero Academia? I don't do collabs. I am too edgy for that. My content is too mature. I talk about mature topics like your mom. And then you're asking me to stream with a fanboy. Or, hold on. Is he a? He's probably, knowing you weebs. He's probably a VTuber. Shoto VTuber. Oh, good grief. All right. The only thing I could say when looking at all these images is just absolutely not. I would have nothing to say to this man. Simple Sus said he was emo. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever talked about Catboys before, but let's just say not my jam, or in other words, absolutely disgusting and unacceptable. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe disgusting is not the right word, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just too straight. Maybe I'm just like, I just don't care at all about cute boys. I don't like the "they're my jam" followed by a devil emoji. Okay, good luck vacuuming. Have fun. Cat girls, I mean, they're fine, I guess. I'm straight, so clearly girls being cute is different from guys being cute, so it doesn't bother me as much. But, aw, come on, you can have fun. If you're listening to music while vacuuming, very much a vibe. Like right now. I love this song. This song is literally such a jam. I love it. So good. Okay, yes, you are allowed to love boys, alright? But look, for crying out loud, don't follow that with devilish emojis. That is freaky. That is freaky AF, and that is frightening. Well, guys, I think we know who we're banning today. Mods, arrest this man. I'm just kidding, don't do that. She's like one of the only viewers. I need to find out how I can actually, like... Alright. That happened. Once again, I gotta figure out what to talk about. I have several subjects that I could talk about. But, I don't know. I don't know what to say. She does keep the chat pretty lively, which I don't know how you do if you're also drawing, I'm assuming, while watching this. Clearly very high quality content. Alright, so let's go. What's a good conversation starter? Freaking Pinterest? I don't know. Because I have... no. Why did I say Pinterest? Not Pinterest. Gmail. Yeah, you are chronically online. That much is obvious. Painfully so. I mean, there's a reason there's a reason I'm afraid of certain kinds of people. It's funny because the people who are outside are tougher and, are more capable of harming me. Yet, I fear people who are indoors all the time far more than I feel people who are outdoors all the time. Well, joking is one way to put it because you're online quite a bit. I'm not gonna lie. Which, to be fair, that is how Gen Zs are socializing nowadays. It's just by the number. You don't touch the grass, you eat it. By the number, Gen Zs generally, that is how they make. That is how they socialize now, just via online. Which, me as a, I don't know, being old school, I guess. Obviously, this is not necessarily a good thing. Yeah, it's not a good thing. But, you know, what am I supposed to do about it? There's absolutely nothing I can do about it right now. I mean, I'm online, for crying out loud. Like, sure, I don't spend most of my time online, but it's not like I'm exactly solving any problems. In fact, I'm encouraging it because I want people to be like, hey, this guy's cool. And then publishers are like, oh, he's cool. And then they're like, okay, well, we'll publish you. So, I am participating in this. However, I myself am not afflicted by it. I am a culprit to some degree. But here we are. I don't want to sound like an old grandpa. Back in my day, we used to socialize by going out, but heck, I didn't even go out back in my day. I have never been the type to go out and make lots of friends, and I just made a couple friends, and then that was it. That was all I needed. There we go. Well, then make more friends. Is that hard? Oh wait, no, of course it is, because you're chronically online. Not bad. The mall? Blech. I mean, hey, if you like going. For me, the idea of going out is like I would rather not spend my money if I'm going out, right? So like going to the mall is like, I mean, you're on a mission to get something. You're not just gonna go walk around. That's for me, because I'm a dude, I guess. I mean, I bet some dudes like going to malls just to hang out, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I don't have enough. Isn't or is? What? Here, not here is super chill and empty. Here it's super chill and empty. What? The mall is super chill and empty? What kind of, which North Star Mall are you going to? Well, maybe it's just because I am far too much of a, I don't know. What am I? What am I that I don't like going to the mall that's supposedly very chill and empty? Oh. Oh, duh, you're not in San Antonio. I sometimes forget. You must apologize me for my Neanderthal level of stupidity. Me. What? his nose is too high up. Well, maybe not. Maybe his hairline is just too low. He's definitely not going bald. No. It's not that I hate it either. I'll just never go like, hey, we should go hang out. And I suggest we should go to the mall. Like, I would never say that. If someone tells me, hey, we should hang out, I'm probably saying, hey, come to my house so we play video games for 5 hours. And then we, like, eat pizza or something. Or, alternatively, we... Actually, I don't know. I can't think... I don't... yeah, real. Besides going to restaurants, I honestly can't think of anywhere I would like to go with, like, some friends. It's just like, I don't know. Like, I maybe it's because I'm a COVID kid that I just lost the desire to go out as much. It was awesome. Just kind of chilling at home all day. I am not afraid to admit that I enjoyed it. Despite the fact that people were literally dying. It was at least nice that I didn't have to go out at all. It was unfortunate what happened, obviously. The arcade? See, okay. I'm gonna say something kind of crazy. I love video games. That's not the crazy part. That's pretty normal. I absolutely love video games. I'm not a big fan of going to the arcade. I don't know. It's just like too much noise and stimulation. Too much shenanigans. Too much money being spent. Like, it's expensive. I mean, of course, it depends on the arcade, right? But I don't like going to arcades very much. Just because, like, if I'm going to play video games, I'd rather spend time playing, like, a really fun, detailed, beautiful game. Like, I've never been to round one, so I wouldn't know what that's like. But I know for certain that if I'm gonna play video games, I like to play either freaking, Smash Bros with the boys or solo Elden Ring. Like, I love just RPGs, playing games my own, all that stuff. Yes, your sister actually invited me, but I have work that day, unfortunately, so I will not be able to go because of work. She said it was going to be like probably around 12, and that's exactly like the time frame that I work at. Unless I get signed up for the evening, but I probably won't. Yeah. So I don't know. Quit? I started like 2 weeks ago. Seeing as how you live like 2 hours away, I don't know if that's feasible. And also, on day shifts, I don't bring home panecitos, os pan dulces. You can only freaking see one eye because of his hair, but normally he doesn't look, normally he looks like this. He doesn't look emo. It's just, I'm kind of lazy, and I think, hey, the hair should cover up his eye. So he just looked like this. He does not emo. Oh, it's probably the clothes that don't help, right? It's because he took off his jacket. I'm sorry. Normally he doesn't look this emo. He's like the least emo dude here. Like, if there's anyone who's not emo, it's this guy. Who's the most emo? That's honestly a good question. The thing with all these characters is that they're all part of like a bit of a group that they're like basically knights and paladins who serve the original saint bloodline. So they're all like I mean, the name of the group is Kirke, or Kirke, and the thing with this group is that this word Kirke is literally Norwegian for church. So it is a blatant representation of what? Cutie cane? No. What are you on? No. Anyway, it's meant to represent the church. So the people here are all pretty chill in terms of their like personality. They're not really emo. There is one guy who is emo at first, very emo. I think I actually have his like an initial sketch. Kirke, Kirke. This is the name right here. And that is again that's just Norwegian for church. So very blatant, very obvious. This is meant to be a representation of the church. So the people here are very chill. But there is one dude that isn't going to show up for a while, actually, that he's actually the main love interest, but is also, unfortunately, very emo at first. He's, like, kind of serious, but he's also not, and, you know. He gets un-emoed. That's a very important deal. He's not emo by the end of the story because you know. Whoa. The character I was talking about, this guy, I'm gonna change his clothes up a bit later, but he is gonna show up later, and this is the very basic sketch. But this is the emo guy. This is the most. If you want emo, this is the most emo guy in the story. I kind of took like Final Fantasy inspiration for his hair. But yeah, long hair is pretty freaking cool. But anyways, that's him. And yeah. So if you ever are able to fix your Pixiv and are able to read it or something, you might actually get to meet that guy at some point. At some point, we're just gonna have to figure that out because, good grief. So you still haven't read chapter 2 because of that? Because of the whole Pixiv thing? Bruh. Oh no, don't like this. What we're gonna do is we're gonna delete this, and then we're gonna do this. What did you lose by not saving your data? Just curious. Ah. Okay. Ugh. Dog, you're gonna plug in the PC again? I mean, hey, if that's what you want to do, then by all means. Hey, we have 4 viewers. Hello. Wow, we haven't even hit an hour yet, and there are 4 people. That's crazy. Hello. I suppose it's not really that crazy, but it's probably thanks to you, Miss Lenka Chu. Because if there's one person besides me actually watching the stream, the chances of it getting pushed to other people on the site genuinely go up. So yeah, thank you. In any case, I seriously need to get something going. What I need to do is I need to prepare topics beforehand that I can talk about on stream. Because I don't... Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You try to hop on when you can. And when you can, it's pretty good. If you don't, then normally it's just an excuse to not be interrupted while drawing and listening to Persona music for a long time. So, not that bad either way. But, as I was saying, I think I need to start preparing topics so I can actually talk. I do, but like not necessarily prepare presentations, but just I don't know, come up with something at least mildly substantial before hopping on stream and saying, "Hey, I have absolutely jack to say, so I'm just gonna not say anything." Instead, I don't know. We need to come up with some sort of rhythm to this. Whoa, she is back and screaming dinosaurs again. Hello. Did it take you that little to vacuum? Did you even vacuum well? I think... Wait. Being emo? How are you being emo? How is vacuuming emo? Well, if you're sad, remember, just be grateful. Here's a way to remind you that to not be sad anymore. You were not born a British person. All right, bam, automatically you feel better, right? It's magical. It happens every time. Anytime someone tells me they're feeling down, that's what I say. You were not born British, and then all of a sudden everything seems better again. Their accent is pretty funny. Their accent is pretty good, I will say. But I think everything else about just their culture, the British people themselves, like an individual British person, not that bad, right? But the British culture of freaking tea and biscuits in a bottle of water and chasing down cheese wheels and down a hill, like, it's pretty freaking cringe. Not gonna lie. So, you know, just be grateful every day that you were not born British. And you'll feel a lot better very quickly. There are many more ways to be posh than to be British. That's why it's cringe, because people think, oh, Britain is very pish, posh, fancy, and all that doodad, and it's freaking not. They have bad teeth, and it's always muddy. Their biscuits are always crumbly and hard at the same time. Yeah, they don't call sidewalks sidewalks. They call them the willy billy and the hilly, or something like that. They always got to come up with something weird. Maybe it comes from a place of being just very American. Dilly dally is good, I will say. I do like the word dilly dally. Okay, thanks for your input. First of all, nobody asked. Second of all, that's just because you hear it all the time. Now, think of it this way. That's funny you should say that because literally earlier today, my mom was talking about me, and she watched an interview of one of the most famous Spanish authors. I can't remember his name, but he was he's a very renowned, very well respected Spanish author. He writes in Latin American Spanish, and he was interviewed. He was being interviewed, and he was asked, like, do you prefer to read slash write in Spanish or in English, or no, just read in Spanish or English? And he said English, which is very weird because he's one of the most famous and well-respected authors in Spanish. So when asked about this, he was just like, "Oh, well, it's because English is a more complete, more beautiful, fleshed-out language. It is simply more beautiful." So when you say Spanish is prettier, that just reminded me that a famous author said, "No, that is not the case." So do with that what you will, I guess. Yeah, English is the OG. I mean, it comes from so many ancient Germanic tribes, along with the Norwegian tribes, and it mixes and it blends, it blends Latin with all these Norse tribes as well. And it's freaking sick. I mean, the English language was awesome. Love it. Very cool. Hey, that's only the way people speak it. Okay, it sounds nicer to me. Do you that just tells me you really are just chronically online and only consume very specific forms of British uh, accent speaking. Because let me tell you, the British language, the way British people talk is just as ugly, if different, than the way Americans talk. You're just you're just living under a rock and read books and stuff, and you're like, oh, British people sound prettier. No, they freaking don't. It's just the English language is a beautiful thing. So all right, well, I'm gonna let you have that one. I don't feel like this is not that would not go anywhere. You know what? If that's what you think, there's absolutely no reason not to think that. Simply personal preference. I mean, I'm in no place to judge. You know Zanny from Wuthering Waves, one of the new characters. One of the reasons why I still play the game in English is because of her voice. Now I can't tell if her accent is Italian or Russian, but I freaking love it. And I love her and everything about it, and it's great. So I keep it that way. I'm just like, absolutely, yes. They couldn't have done a better character. Like her, it sounds, yeah. At first it sounded Russian to me, but then it sounded Italian. I don't know. I don't care. It is not an American accent, and it sounds absolutely lovely. But and it's like not in the same way British accents sound good. It's like it's a mixture of cool, right? Because it's just another accent, but at the same time, it's also kind. It's whenever you hear someone from a different race trying to speak your language, it's always just kind of cute too, because they're just trying to make that effort of speaking your language. In your closet? What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? I am afraid. Listen, I'm gonna do something maybe a little controversial, but I feel like I need to do it. There. If that has finally washed over you, I will continue. I would I don't know if this counts as hate speech or anything, but yeah, that's all I'm saying. Nah, you're literally just like Lucas. He'll literally go like he'll literally say the most gayest thing known to man, and he'll be like, "But no homo, I'm good. Nah, I'm straight. I'll prove it to you." That's the stuff he says like that. To that thing. Well, I'm sorry for comparing you to something you act almost identical to. I'm sorry. You're both gay for certain characters, and then you're also straight somehow. Don't know how that works, but it just does. And then I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. You know, the mod could literally ban you for saying stuff like that. See, he would say that, right? And then he'd just go, actually, no homo, I'm perfectly straight. Then he'll proceed to ask me if I want to see proof. I'd promptly say no, right? Also, don't pin that. I'm gonna remove your freaking. I'm gonna remove your moderator status. Yeah, cause she's a woman. The point being is you're a dude. Um. All right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on anymore. And I don't. And I'm in no position to judge. I guess. I suppose you don't have to be gay to appreciate a man's beauty, as they say. But on one end, you could also be 100% gay while appreciating a man's beauty. I don't know. I've not quite experienced the feeling of being gay. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Have fun with your life. I might end stream soon as well, because it's gonna be 9 o'clock. It's kind of when I stop in general. Yikes. I think that's all I gotta say. Good night. I still have 3 viewers. What's going on? Oh, hello, I guess. I guess they haven't been scared off just yet. Maybe they're folks that don't understand English. Si entienden español, pues dime. Creo que ahí tengo las etiquetas. Bueno, no sé si te dicen eso, pero... Are you the 3 viewers? Now we're down to 2 viewers, so I think it's just you and me. I see.